Welcome to the DRR UTV safety video. This vehicle is intended for riders 18 and up, and you must possess a valid driver's license in order to drive this vehicle. In order to operate this vehicle, you must be able to place both feet firmly on the floor, and your back and butt have to be against the back of the seat. Always remember to read your owner's manual before operating the vehicle. The owner's manual can be found in the vehicle or a link that's been sent to you from DRR, so you can review your owner's manual before each use. There's important messages and warnings that are present in your owner's manual that will not be covered in this video. Remember, this video is not a replacement to the owner's manual. It's important that you read the owner's manual before you operate the vehicle. This safety video is just a supplemental video to help get you a better understanding of the vehicle. Always remember to check the vehicle before you operate the vehicle. In the owner's manual, before you operate it, there is a pre-ride checklist that you can go through before you take the vehicle out on the road. The vehicle is equipped with several warning labels. Make sure you review the warning labels before you ride each time. Before you ride, make sure you buckle up. This vehicle will not operate without buckling the seatbelt. So if you try to operate your vehicle without installing the seatbelt or having the seatbelt on, when you turn the key, put it into drive, it'll beep and it will no longer operate. The only way your vehicle will operate is you put it back in the neutral and plug your seatbelt in. So never carry a passenger in the cargo bed. So before riding, always remember to wear proper safety gear, which is highlighted in your owner's manual. Do not ride on paved roads or public roads, as it can also be illegal in some states. Never use alcohol or drugs before using the vehicle, as it may impair your driving. Always drive the appropriate speed and never attempt stunts or wheelies or jumps. The maximum speed of this vehicle is 25 miles per hour. Never operate the vehicle in water over halfway up the rubber sidewall. The battery is not waterproof, it's watertight. Never drive with the dump bed raised or the cab roof removed. Always be careful making turns, as there may be obstacles or rough terrain around the corner. See your owner's manual for more detail. Inspect the vehicle. See the owner's manual for the list of items that you must inspect before you use the vehicle. Always remember to check the brakes before use. Check the brake fluid level before use. Check the steering wheel to make sure it turns freely and the wheels track the way they should. Check the accelerator to make sure it works freely. Before you leave, check the battery level to make sure you have a full charge. Before you ride, check to make sure the suspension is in good condition. Check the shocks to make sure there's no issues. If oil is seeping from your shock, it's time to replace it. Clear any debris out of the suspension or the drivetrain. Clear any debris underneath the vehicle. Check your headlights, your parking lights, your high beam, your low beam, and make sure they're all functional. Check your brake lights to make sure they function. Check to make sure your turn signals function as well. Check to make sure your two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and four-wheel lock function before you leave. Visually inspect your tire for any damage. Also, check your tire pressure. The tire pressure will be stated on the side of the tire, so make sure you bring your tire pressure within the specifications on the sidewall of your tire. Check your tires to make sure they're secure. You should use a torque wrench to check your lug bolts to make sure they're torqued to proper spec before you take your ride. And check for any loose nuts and bolts. Check to make sure your hood latch is not released. To make sure your hood is secure, your seats are secure, and the tailgate before you ride. Make sure that you look at the condition of the seat belt to make sure there's no tears, rips, or anything that may compromise your safety of the seat belt. Make sure the latch works by inserting it and then taking it back out. It's important that you look where the shoulders are to make sure there's no tear or rip on your webbing, because it can come in contact with your roll bar and cause wear. So you want to make sure your seat belts are in great condition before you ride the vehicle. So turn on the vehicle, you'll hear a click. But remember, This vehicle has no toxic emissions, carbon monoxide, sound, and this vehicle is fully electric. So this vehicle is equipped with low mode, indicated on the dashboard, medium, and high. So this vehicle is equipped with forward, neutral, reverse, which will be indicated on the dashboard. You must come to a complete stop on level ground before switching modes. In order to drive, put your foot on the brake, release the emergency brake or parking brake, and then slowly depress the pedal. Always keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. When braking, take your foot off the accelerator and apply the brake slowly. Make sure you allow ample space to stop. If your wheels lock, release the brake and reapply slowly. On slick surfaces, you may have to pump the brake to reduce your skid. Never ride the brake, which means using the gas and the brake at the same time. It may damage the brakes. In order to turn off the vehicle, come to a complete stop by applying the brake. Pull the emergency brake up, turn the key off, and remove the key. Try to avoid parking on hills. If you park on a hill, the vehicle may roll. And in order to help alleviate that, you want to make sure you have your parking brake on and you want to block the vehicle wheels from rolling. Turning is easier in two-wheel mode. With four-wheel mode activated, it requires much more strength and agility. Never ride faster than 7 miles an hour when in four-wheel lock mode. To turn, apply the brake slowly and turn the wheel slowly, and then gradually release, and then resume normal speed. Always slow down before turning. The sharper the turn, the slower the speed. If the vehicle begins to tip or the wheels come off the ground, widen the turn to resume normal riding position. Keep both hands on the wheel while driving up hills. Always avoid slopes of more than 15 degrees. Always drive straight up or down a hill. To drive uphill, brake, come to a standstill, put the vehicle in four-wheel drive, and then put the vehicle in low mode before climbing the hill. If the vehicle stalls while going up the hill, brake, put the vehicle in reverse, and slowly back down the hill. To go downhill, use low mode, don't accelerate, and allow the vehicle and motor to slow the vehicle down the hill. Remember, apply the brakes gently in order to perform safe braking down a hill. Avoid making sharp turns in reverse. Always know what's behind you. When possible, have someone check behind you or get out of the vehicle and check to make sure there's nothing in your way. If skidding, turn the wheel into the direction of the skid. Take your foot off the accelerator until the vehicle stops skidding. Fully come to a stop and change to four-wheel drive. Avoid water crossings at all costs. If you must, drive in low water because the battery is not waterproof. Check the depth and current and drive with extreme care. Go slow, watch for obstacles, and make sure the way out of the water is safe. This vehicle is 100% electric. Always tread lightly when crossing a stream in order to help protect wildlife. After a water crossing, dry brakes by pumping brakes or keeping a slight pressure on the vehicle brakes while driving. If you have to cross a road, stop, look both ways before you go, and assume that vehicles do not see you when you're crossing. Drive straight across, allow enough time to get off the road in case the vehicle stalls. It may be illegal for you to cross roads in some states. Know the local laws. In cold weather, make sure you check that all the controls work freely and make sure you clear the floorboards and the exterior of as much ice as you can. In the winter, make sure you check to make sure the vehicle is not frozen to the ground, put the vehicle in neutral, release the emergency brake, and make sure the vehicle rolls back and forth freely before use. Know how the vehicle drives and brakes on snow and ice before you drive the vehicle. Do not drive on a frozen body of water. The vehicle may fall through the ice, which may cause severe injury or death and loss of vehicle. Carrying cargo or towing affects how the vehicle handles. Make sure you adequately know how the vehicle will handle when loaded. Keep in mind, it takes more time and effort to stop with cargo in the vehicle. Evenly distribute the weight on the load bed and never exceed load capacity. Make sure you drive slowly, avoid sudden acceleration or quick maneuvers. Practice driving on a clear open area before you try advanced driving maneuvers. Warning: make sure when you're closing the vehicles, hands are free of the tailgate in order to avoid pinching your fingers in the tailgate. Before towing, always refer to your owner's manual for information about towing. If you need to transport the vehicle, put the vehicle in low mode. Make sure the vehicle stays on all four wheels and apply the parking brake. Then proceed to tie it down. This UTV vehicle is a powerful vehicle and it's meant for agricultural and farm use. Make sure you read the owner's manual, follow safety procedures, and drive with extreme care. Thank you for choosing the DRR EV Pathfinder. Drive safe and enjoy the ride.